What's up guys, it's TB, and let's get straight to the point with this video because I want to make sure that it comes out on the day that I say it's gonna come out. You already saw the title, it's I hate stealth games, sort of. Basically what I mean by that, because I want to clarify it for people, I hate stealth games that are purely devoted to stealth and only stealth. That's the only way you can play. That's the only way they expect you to play. They force you to play a certain play style because it's a stealth game, right? It makes sense that in a stealth game there will be elements that you would have to be good at, certain criteria that you would have to be good at or become good at in order to have fun in this sort of game. So when you play a stealth game, you got to be sneaky, you can't be seen, you can't make a lot of noise, you can't go in hard, you can't go in fierce, you can't do what you would want to do if you're the type of person who goes in guns blazing. So when it comes to Hitman, which is a very stealthy game, you are an assassin. You're killing, whoever your target is, and you gotta make sure that they die quick and fast. You can be creative, but it's very rigid. And you don't have a lot of options, I would say. Like tools that you would use to kill people, yeah, you have a lot of options in that. But when it comes to actually how you feel like you want to play the game, you don't have a lot of options. The same thing goes with Deus Ex. I wanted to make this video because some people were like, "Oh, you said you were gonna play this game. You put it on your Instagram, you put it on your, on your Twitter, you put it on your Snapchat. You're gonna play this game, and then like it's a weekend and you haven't played them." Hitman was supposed to last me at least 1 to 2 weeks. Same thing with Deus Ex. The story modes wasn't that long, but I knew that since stealth games are hard for me, I would maybe get the hang of it, and then once I get the hang of it, I'll get better at the game, and it'll be more fun. But the thing that I've noticed is, I like video games with elements of stealth in there, but I don't like purely stealth video games, because for me, that sort of gameplay just isn't fun. Waiting around for my target to get to me instead of me being able to get to them, making sure that there's absolutely nobody around, no witnesses, anything like that. Now, what I'm trying to say is, it's not that I like stupid or dumb AI, right? There's certain stealth games where like you're directly in front of the person who you're supposed to kill and they didn't even notice that you're there yet. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm gonna give 2 examples of what I think are good stealth games, or games with elements of stealth in them, but give you more choice. Because the thing that I really dislike about stealth games, if you didn't get it yet, is you don't have a lot of choice as to how you get to play the stealth game. They want you to play a specific way, and they give you a certain set of tools. Yeah, they give you a wide variety of tools. You got your guns, you got your melee weapons, you got your silenced pistols and stuff like that. You got knives, daggers, whatever the case may be. But I felt like Hitman just was not fun for me because of the rigid way that they wanted me to play. Even though they advertised tackling different situations and different scenarios with, all these other stuff, all this variety. It's like, no, it's basically the same thing every single time. And one of the things that I really disliked about Hitman was the fact that you couldn't go into certain areas of the game or of the level that you were at if you had the wrong clothes. Like it was just way too realistic for me. Like, yes, if I am in a giant mansion and there is a kitchen where the chefs are supposed to be, it would make sense realistically that you don't see a man with a black suit and a white tie in there. He needs a chef outfit. He needs a chef hat. He needs to look like he belongs in the area of the game that he's supposed to be in. But like, I would get caught for stupid stuff like that. And any other game, that wouldn't happen. As long as I'm being sneaky and stealthy, it doesn't really matter what I look like, as long as I don't, got blood all over my face and a gun in my hand, I'm good. So basically, I did not enjoy Deus Ex because it was like that. And I didn't enjoy Hitman because it was like that. Let me introduce you to guys. Let me introduce you guys to 2 games that you may or may not know. One is pretty popular, another one is a little less popular. The first one's going to be Assassin's Creed. The second one's going to be Dishonored. Now, Dishonored is a little bit different than Assassin's Creed, but they're both stealth games. But they're very different than the 2 other stealth games. The reason why Dishonored and Assassin's Creed is different than Hitman and Deus Ex is because they give you an opportunity, a chance, an option to play the stealth game the way that you wanted to play it. There's going to be times in Assassin's Creed, right, where you have a target that you need to kill, and he could be surrounded by tons of dudes, They're not saying the only way that you can get in there is if you sneak through the back of their house and you go and you use your hidden blade and you hit him in the neck, and that's the only way he's gonna die. No, they're gonna say you can go on the rooftops, you can go under the house, you can use your bows, you can use your spears, you can use your guns, you can use your hidden blade. And even when you get caught, because sometimes, you know, people aren't that great at sneaking around, even though it is a stealth game, you can fight it out if you really want to. The mission doesn't end right there just because you got caught. If a guard noticed you, or if your target noticed you, you can still fight to the death if you really want to. Like, you can go through all of Assassin's Creed just guns blazing if you really want to. Now, I really liked Assassin's Creed 1, 2, and 3, but I never played Black Flag, I never played Rogue, I never played Unity, and I didn't play the two newest ones, Odyssey and Origins. Assassin's Creed has gotten a little bit more RPG-ish with Odyssey and Origins, I know, but the first three Assassin's Creed were really good stealth games, in my opinion, that did stealth right. They emphasize on stealth, and the way that you should play the game is, you know, not being seen and making sure you kill your targets, but at the same time, they give you a little wiggle room to do more than just be a sneaky snake. Now, the second game that I already mentioned is Dishonored. I love Dishonored. I played Dishonored 1 and Dishonored 2. Now, there's more to the franchise of Dishonored besides just 1 and 2. You know, there's DLC and there's other stuff, but I'm focusing on 1 and 2. Dishonored is a great stealth game for the exact same reason. They emphasize on the stealthy gameplay where you sneak around, you get kills, you're not seen. But the main character has superpowers. He or she is a super powered person, depending on, you know, who you want to play as. So there's this character in the game called the Outsider. In the beginning of the game, they give you special powers, and it sort of has a little bit of RPG elements, where basically, depending on how you want to spend your points in the skill system, you can have skills that can pull yourself forward. You can turn into a shadow and kill things. Like, there's a lot of variety in the way that you can play the game. You're going to want to be stealthy for the most part, because that's where the game is the most fun. But you can go guns blazing too if you really want to. You can go out shooting people in the face with your shotgun, with your pistol. You can sneak around, turn into a shadowy figure, kill them that way. You can slow down time. You can force push people, although, you know, that's a little like alluded to Star Wars, but you just, the point is you have crazy abilities. You're not forced into one specific way of playing the game. And I would say stealth games that are done right, in my opinion, the type of stealth games that I like to play are games that give you choice, that give you options to not just play one way the whole entire time. You know, I want to be able to play very aggressive if I feel like it, you know. I don't want to be forced into doing one thing, and if I don't do it the way the game wants me to do it, then I'm always going to fail. I'm always going to be bad. That's just me. And another game that I'm not going to put on screen, but I think it's worth mentioning. When I was younger, I played a lot more of it. Now that I'm older, not so much. Metal Gear Solid. Metal Gear Solid 1 and 2. After 1 and 2, I didn't play them. Who knows why, I just didn't. But I would say that's a really good game where stealth is done correctly too. You get punished for not being stealthy in that game, but you can still finagle your way out of certain situations, you know, if you get caught. You know, the timer resets and stuff like that. I really liked Metal Gear as a kid, and that was a stealth game. So, do I hate stealth games? Yeah, sorta, kinda, but not all of them, just some of them. Which is why it's always been some games have always been a hit or miss for me. So sorry if you were looking forward to me playing Hitman or Dead Access, but I'm sure in the future I will better vet the games that I play on stream, or decide that I say I'm going to play on stream, especially if they're going to be stealth games, because I just did not enjoy them. Now, if you're curious about what I'm going to be playing in the future, if you don't follow me on my socials, I'm going to be playing Devil May Cry 5, which is a hack and slash. You know, it harkens to my roots and what I like to play, hack and slash, shooters, and platformers. I really love those. And after that, we're going to get into some Tomb Raider. The third one, Shadow of the Tomb Raider. I played the first and the second one. We're about to play the third one after Devil May Cry. So that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time. Peace.